Got it. Got it.
Okay, welcome to New Thought Tuesdays. Good morning, Dean.
Good morning, Richard, or afternoon if you're in the East Coast as I am, or in London, it's even later, or in India, it's even later after that. Welcome, everybody, spiritual creatives. Today, step into greatness and live your highest and best life. No big deal, easy, effortless. What's to talk about? That's what we're talking about today. Rich and I are going to talk about it, and we're going to follow the inspired teachings of New Thought, ancient wisdom, to bring forth some ideas that just are life-affirming, life-changing. So if you're creative in the entertainment industry, we're talking to you. If you're not an entertainment creative in an entertainment industry, this stuff is also applying. But what we're talking to is that idea. Our examples have to do with seeking a deeper connection between your life and your creative craft.
Yeah.
Whatever creative craft may be. So look no further. We got your back here at New Thought Tuesdays for this transformative live stream. I like that term, transformative live stream, experiencing your highest and best life. So what we're going to be talking about is we're going to be talking about how you can infuse this awareness and your awareness of life into your creativity and witness how it beautifully intersects your life and your creative craft authentically, gently, sweetly, lovingly bringing them together and feeling and expressing that graceful explosion. So we're here today. What are we doing today? We're delving. We are delving, Richard. What are we delving into?
We're going to delve into, first of all, the unity of our life. And according to my mentor, Ernest Holmes, that everything is interconnected. We're all interconnected. And that everything, even inanimate objects, are connected. And so what I wanted to talk about today, as far as that's concerned, is the idea that we're all interconnected to each other. And because we're connected to each other, we're also connected to the infinite itself, because it's creating in and as and through each and every one of us. And so as a unique individualized emanation of the Creator, that everything that we create is it creating in and as and through us, and it's doing it in perfection. And the other thing I wanted to talk about too later on, Dean, we can go into it in the inner circle, is the idea that whatever we create affects the whole because of the interconnectedness, and whatever's going on in the whole around us also affects us. So it's an ongoing process of what we put out as creatives. We also get back. It's a reflection of what we're putting out comes back to us. And so on a universal level, everything everybody's putting out there in the universe is there for us to use in our creative life. Does that make sense?
You intersect with, to vibrate in concert with. My brand, Living in Concert with Life, I'm all about that sense of vibration and that musical quality of our life. And so you also talked about just a second ago, the inner circle. For those of you who don't know, our inner circle, those are the folks that will meet after we've done these opening remarks and get more deep into this conversation. It's a private group on, we meet on video, we talk on video, it's completely confidential. And if you want to join into that very impactful, mind uplifting, life-changing conversation, all you have to do is go to newthoughttuesdays.com and click on yes, I want to be reminded, and we'll send you an email that will include that link, and you can join in with us. So that's what we mean when we talk about that inner circle. But here, today we're talking about something that is very near and dear to every creative soul out there. How to experience your highest and best creative life. And we've got so many golden nuggets, but I've got one in particular I want to share in the inner circle, something that really brings my creative awareness to a froth and brings so much energy into my experience. But we'll talk about that process of how to go about this in the inner circle, and I'll share some of that. We'll share some of that. So we're talking about today that idea of have you ever been in your creative experience feeling just like you're juggling?
Yeah.
So we're talking about the difference between juggling madly. And I'm not talking about a skilled juggler who's just like, okay, I'm juggling these balls and now I'm going to juggle a ball and a chainsaw and a pineapple and a watermelon. Those jugglers, they've really got that. I'm talking about oh my God, I can't do this. We're talking about moving from that into that sense of creative flow. So we're going to get real here, folks. We've all had those moments when we felt like our creativity was stuck, that we were not enough, that we were not envisioned enough. And so that's why we're using the ideas of new thought, ancient wisdom from folks like Ernest Holmes, as Rich mentioned, that help us to know how to manually, how to actually make decisions to help move our creativity in that flow. Because, where energy goes, creativity flows.
Creativity flows.
And results show.
Yeah.
Where energy goes, creativity flows, and results show. That was a mouthful.
Say that again.
Where energy flows, creativity flows, and results show.
Great. Love it. That energy that's flowing through you is just that. To me, it's the divine spark. It's what gets me up in the morning and makes me want to create. It's that life force energy that's, working through me. And the more you become aware, the more I become aware of that life force energy that I refer to as God, divine presence, infinite intelligence. The more I become aware of it and allow it to flow in and as and through me, then my life unfolds in perfect order, because it can only express itself in perfection. And so when I get stuck and with the fear, doubt, and worry and negativity, then I just go within and I just listen to that inner voice, that inner whisper that says, it's okay, I got you covered, and then it just does, it covers me. It just gives me the right, ideas and inspiration, and things just show up. So Ernest Holmes calls it the spiritual essence. Anyhow, what he says is that life is not limited to the physical body. Each individual has a spiritual essence, often referred to as the inner self or the divine spark. And the spiritual essence is eternal and transcends the limitations of the physical world. It's through the spiritual essence that we connect with the universal creative intelligence. That's a mouthful. Any comments on that, Dean? I mean, that's what it's all about, allowing that inner essence, that inner, that life force to flow through you.
Okay, so we're talking about living our highest and best, our greatest life. The key term on there, the thing that we're wanting to expand on, is that idea of life. And you're talking about there being unity of all life. And I'd like to bring our awareness into the idea of what is our individual awareness of the essence that you were talking about, life. Not what we do for a job, who we've got in our family, our physical complexion, our financial background, how many deer we have in the yard. None of that. What is the life spark? What is that? What is your awareness of your expression of living, of expressing life?
Yeah.
Through living. So first off, and this is what I want to talk about, particularly in the inner circle, is how do we recognize our living quality? our life, that essential, basic energy. And you'll see, even as I'm talking, I'm getting, my sense is I'm feeling more aligned. I'm feeling more energetic. I'm feeling clearer as I talk about this life force. I'm not thinking about entertaining or what I'm going to come up with next. I'm just aware of this life force, and that's what I want to focus on, that energy. How often do we contemplate that life force? Maybe we do it in meditation. Maybe we do it in prayer. I trust that we do. What I want to talk about later in Inner Circle is identifying that life force when we've got boots on the ground in the human condition. And in that, I mean, that essence you were talking about, that connection to the life force you were talking about, starts with our creative power of thought. It starts with that energy, that idea that our thoughts are molding our experience, our thinking, and not our stray thoughts, our focused, consistent thinking, intentions are molding and creating the mirror of our life. So as we're here with this power of thought, just look into the mirror of your life, what you're experiencing right now. That's where you're thinking, that's where your thought has brought you. And so appreciate it, please appreciate it, enjoy it. And should you want to make any adjustments, that's simply, maybe not easily, but simply an adjustment in your thought.
Yeah. Thanks, Dean, for pointing that out. Our thoughts do become things. We talk about on New Thought Tuesdays, change your thinking, change your life, change the world. And so a mirror reflects back to you. The universe reflects back to you exactly what you're thinking. Thoughts become things, as Esther Hicks says, and even the Buddha way back when said, your thoughts become things, the things in your life. And so what are you thinking about? Are you thinking about how what you're creating is not good enough? Maybe you don't think you have what it takes to be successful in the entertainment business. And these thoughts are just creating more of that. And so how do you, Dean, how do you get rid of those thoughts and bring in other thoughts of abundance, prosperity, perfect right livelihood, doing what you're meant to be doing, letting that life force flow through you in perfection, and through, like you say, meditation and prayer and being still? That's my method. I just be still in meditation, go within and allow that divine presence to reveal itself in my thoughts. Because when I know that beyond a shadow of a doubt that I am connected to infinite intelligence that is creating in and as and through me in perfection, when I really become aware of that and know that to be the truth of my life, all fear, doubt, and worry just disappears. And then I start thinking about the processes that I'm using to be able to create in this life. You know, these ideas come to me, intuition comes to me, vision comes to me. But just being still and listening to that still small voice, you can change your thoughts. So Dean, how do you change your thoughts? You know, you talked about the creative power of your thoughts.
Well, we're going to talk a bit more about that in the Inner Circle, but the idea of how do you change your thoughts is, number one, being aware.
Yeah.
Aware of what they are. I mean, you know, if you're an actor and you're, I'm afraid I'm going to forget my lines, or I'm afraid of, then guess what?
You're going to forget them.
The strong likelihood, as opposed to coming in with the thought that I am expressing this text easily and effortlessly from my heart, newly every time I experience this, if I'm an actor in a play, or a take in a movie, or a take on a piece of music, that each time I bring the depth of my creativity. So we're talking in terms of a positive framework, as opposed to going back to, yeah, but you don't understand the time that I forgot, or I missed, or I. Taking your awareness that you have all the talent that you are needing, and you are bringing it to your audience, you're bringing it through yourself with great integrity, great connection. So we're aligning as creative professionals. We are aligning. We professional. It's kind of like being a minister. Ministers, yes, this is their job, but their job is to authentically align up with the spiritual truth and communicate it in new and impactful ways to the people that are in their circle of reference, their circle of impact. That's how we are in the creative entertainment industry. We are absolutely moving our spiritual desires out through our creative process, out through our imagination. As Einstein said, imagination is more important than knowledge. That imagination, that creative spark, because the imagination is connected to our infinite presence, our infinite connection with our infinite source. As you would say, Rich, the infinite filmmaker. So how do we, and we connecting up to that is what we do. But you know, we're coming up on time here, Mr. Smith. Anything else that you want to examine before we go into the inner circle?
Yeah, exactly. Just what you were talking about is this whole idea of conscious co-creation, and just allowing this this spiritual essence to flow through us. You know, you were talking about if you're going on stage and you forget your lines, you're worried you're going to forget your lines and stuff, that infinite intelligence knows all, is all, sees all, and does all. And it knows exactly how to express itself in and as and through you, as long as you allow it to express itself in and as and through you in perfection. And so as co-creators, you know, you talk about the infinite filmmakers, we're co-creators of the movie of our life with this infinite intelligence, the infinite filmmaker. And the more that we're aware of our connection to it, the easier it is to be able to allow the creation to flow through us. Who was it, Dean, that carved David out of the rock?
Michelangelo.
Michelangelo. Within that rock was David, and he just allowed it through his creativity and his art to show itself through. And so I believe that that's what we have to do as creatives, is just be still and allow that creative spark, the energy, the life force energy that is us, to express itself in our creation. We are not our creations. You know, Dean and I were talking earlier about, you know, I got a brand new sports car and I thought I was my car, and, you know, and that defined who I was, but it wasn't. I wasn't my car. My car was just an expression of who I was as a young person wanting to drive little sports cars. But in the same way, that the creation that you're creating should not define you as being anything, that the creation that you're creating is just it creating through you.
It is coming through you.
Coming,
yes.
Coming through you. And it's not doing anything to you. It's coming through you. And so, you know, I just wanted to bring that up because you're talking about conscious co-creation. And we can talk about that in the inner circle. How do you consciously co-create with this unlimited power and presence that we have access to, that's available to each and every one of us as creatives? And we can talk about that in the inner circle. And I've had some things come up, you know, this week on my little excursion up on the West Coast heading north. And I'd like to share that with you guys too.
Well, let us then end with an affirmation. And I put the affirmation in the chat for those of us that are here for the inner circle. The affirmation, just take a deep breath as I speak it, and I'll have you speak it on your own. I am boundless. I am a boundless creative spirit, and my art is an extension of the universe magic. I am a boundless creative spirit, and my art is an extension of the universe's magic. Absolutely.
Mm.
Let us go into the inner circle. Thank you all for being here on social media. And for those of you at the inner circle, let's get inside.
Thank you. We'll see you in a little bit. Bye. And next Tuesday too.
Yes.
You want to tell them how to sign up for next Tuesday? Just go to newthoughttuesdays.com. It's a little form there you fill out, and we'll send you a reminder each week to show up for New Thought Tuesdays.
Yep. We're here for you. We got your
Okay.
spiritual back.
Take care.